Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's BDF44 coming at you with another video. Okay, so I want to talk Steph Curry because he's playing like an MVP once again. And someone said recently that he was playing the best basketball of his career right now. And I kind of took a cause for pause, but then I looked at the numbers and I said, well, maybe he is. You know, he's, he's shooting so incredibly well and is scoring so incredibly high over the last 11 games. To at this point, he's rivaling some of the greatest to ever do it. And it's time for us to start mentioning him as well as an MVP candidate with serious momentum at this point. So here's the deal with Steph Curry, and I've made a million videos over the Golden State Warriors in the past, say, 3 months. They've just been one of the more interesting topics for myself. But the thing about Steph Curry, and I've said this before, is I don't think he can win in Golden State anymore. Not championships. He can get to the second round, you know what I mean? But I don't know that he can do that without Clay. This season, as good as he's playing, and he is playing good, I just don't see him being able to drag them through, to the promised land at all. And it's really unfortunate that this is where we are with him because he is so dynamic and so incredibly entertaining of a player. He's probably one of the five most entertaining players to watch in the sport right now. So it's like when you're talking about Steph Curry, you tend to want to see him play for something. He's never had a Finals MVP, even though some people would argue that first one that Iggy got should have been his. I don't think that there should be any reason to believe that he can't continue to win if he was put in the right situation. And we want to see him in the right situation. Him along with a million other guys, most of which don't have rings, unlike himself. We want to see them in situations where they can at least compete for championships going forward. So I guess Steph is the last guy who should be ring chasing, with that being said. But at the same time, it's like I respect his legacy in Golden State. He was drafted there. And if he decides to retire there, I think it would be honorable. But I think he does retire with only 3 rings, if that's the case. I don't think they get any more. As to where if he goes to, say, I don't know, the Lakers, I think he retires more like 5, 6 rings. So that's what I have to say. I don't think there's much to really talk about in regards to Steph Curry. He's playing like Steph Curry. He is the barometer. He is the level to reach. Like when you say, hey, I want to shoot like Steph Curry's the guy. There's no one better than that. So he's playing like himself, and unfortunately his team is average at best. And I blame management. Solely management. And I just feel like a broken record. I don't even know if I should continue this video because everything that I'm saying now is the same thing I've already said a million times. Steph Curry can't win there. Why? Because management has gotten comfortable. Why? Because they were expecting to be able to win championships with these players going forward, and they ran into an injury bug. And that injury bug bit, and it bit hard. KD left, and that was a crippling blow as well. And now they're in a space where they're just kind of average at best. And that's not good enough. I'm sorry. That is not good enough. And it's really strange to me because I remember when the Golden State Warriors first announced that they had the intent of being one of the leaders in the NBA in terms of technology and innovative ideas and just turning a page on where they think the game should go and being leaders in that regard. I remember that. That was right before they started winning. That was before the 73 win season. And they have gone on in that regard to do just that. But the thing that's really funny was I think their plan was to go, because they knew they were moving to San Francisco at that point, they wanted to have one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league, for when they got to San Francisco. The problem was they were able to develop a dynasty, but that dynasty was only good up until the year where they're supposed to move to San Francisco. And when they got to San Francisco, the dynasty was done. Their team sucked, and now they're stuck with just understanding that they were just a couple years early in regards to what they were shooting for. So I just felt like that was kind of funny to me looking back on that, because I remember what they were saying. I remember what their intention was, and now I realize it was just a little early. But it was wonderful because what it did is it gave Oakland the best farewell a city could possibly ask for. And, you think of certain teams that have lost, cities that have lost their team. not everybody, to say the least, got that type of thing going. No team, no city that has lost a team has ever had a dynasty farewell. So it just speaks to the favor that they that the Oakland has received from on high. Even though they don't have their team right now, and most people who live in the Bay Area, I have a lot of people in the Bay Area. My mom was from there. It's not much for them to commute back and forth over the bridge. Most of them commute back and forth over the bridge regularly, so that's not really a thing. But anyway, so yeah, man, just a whole lot of credit, obviously, to Steph Curry. I don't think he'll win MVP right now. I got Jokic as the front runner today. I could very well see Dame stepping in here and taking that back from him. I could certainly see LeBron coming back in and reminding people he's the front runner. It's a lot of stuff that can happen. Joel Embiid is still going to be out here. He's healthy again, so we'll see what he does and so on and so forth. Or I'll see. I mean, I can look back 25, 26 years, maybe even more years that I've been watching the sport. I don't remember an MVP race with this many candidates. In fact, I don't remember an MVP race with even close to this many candidates. I think right now I can legitimately name 9 people that deserve MVP consideration. 9 people. And about 7 of them have missed time this season. So if I want to transition anything in regards to this video, I think it brings me to a thought that I was thinking this morning. I think when we're talking about barometers and how Steph Curry is the barometer for how well you want to play as a point guard shooting the ball, I think we need to change how we view the barometer in regards to MVP numbers and stats and criteria. Because at this point, offense is up historically, dramatically historically. And because of it, what we're seeing is unprecedented numbers across the board from various players. So the same numbers that would have won you MVP 7 years ago are now getting you maybe close to the MVP race. Like you're in the conversation. Like that's how things have gone thus far as the years progress in the NBA. So I just think we need to elevate our criteria. Whatever it took to win the MVP 7 years ago, it's going to take a lot more now. And how we view players who receive the MVP, such as, for example, if you are on a good team, you got the best record, and you're the best player on the best team, so we give you the MVP. I think that is not valid this season. I don't find that to be valid at all. Or for example, the idea that because you've missed 15 or more games, you can't be eligible for MVP. I think that's gone this season too. I think that you have to adjust to understand that, everybody who's an MVP candidate has missed time this season. So let that not be the reason to vote for Jokic because he's the only guy that hasn't missed time. I don't agree with that at all. So, yeah, man, we just got to change stuff. Change the way we're looking at the MVP race and give guys what they deserve for the criteria that is current, rather than looking at the past and saying this is what got this guy MVP, so we're gonna use that to judge who should get it this time. It's just not gonna work like that anymore. And I'll tell you what, in regards to a lot of different things, all-stars, all NBA teams, defensive, all that stuff needs to be kind of just raise your standards for that, everyone. Just raise them up. Because what used to be extraordinary is now just really good. And what used to be really good is just now average. You see what I'm saying? That's just where we're at. My name is BDF44. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.